Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tate Nadeau, and I'm the Director of Illinois Emergency Management. And I want to take this moment to thank each and every one of you for what you do for the state of Illinois. I'm sorry I couldn't be there with you all today, but I did want to take this opportunity to address the audience. First of all, I know that many of you have been on the forefront as we've gone through COVID, and your leadership has been invaluable to the entire state. I wanted to take just a few minutes to talk about the role that you play. And, there's always an ask associated. I wanted to talk to you about the Homeland Security priorities that we have for the state of Illinois and begin to start a dialogue with you related to how we can do the implementation. So the first thing to know is the state of Illinois' Homeland Security strategy really is nested into that of the federal government. And it really is based on a six-prong tenet. The first one of those is enhancing cybersecurity capabilities, which is about researching, developing, and implementing an integrated cybersecurity program that really supports the security functions of our critical infrastructure today, which I know each and every one of you that are sitting in this room today know also well, the importance of our critical infrastructure. As you know, within our nation, 80% of all critical infrastructure resides in a state. And in a state the size of Illinois, we have some of the most critical infrastructure within our nation's borders. But our focus in the cybersecurity piece is how do we prevent, protect, and respond and recover to a cyber event? And that includes things like disruption or if something is destroyed or threatened for essential services or functions for critical infrastructure. So our strategy today looks at how we partner with you all in the area of cybersecurity for critical infrastructure. Number two is called intelligence or information sharing. I'm a huge advocate that all good decisions are really made on the sharing of information. If I know it, you should know it. If you know it, then I should know it. This is how we begin to assess and do analysis in a timely manner so that we can share both open source information and both classified and unclassified. That includes things like suspicious activity reports, tips and leads, and actionable intelligence. So if you work within that space, or if you are an elected official that has a law enforcement entity in it, you are one of our partners, and we want to partner with you to ensure that we can prevent terrorist events and targeted violence throughout our state. The third portion of that is our Homeland Security coordination and communication. Communicating the Homeland Security preparedness strategy to both the public and the private sector is a key thing. I say all the time, you can have a great strategy, but if no one knows what it is, then you've really failed at your mission. So you are part of our strategic plan to make sure that both local, regional, and statewide levels are all integrated and understand what this Homeland Security strategy looks like. And by doing this, we hope to increase our overall response and recovery posture for the state and support and achieve our common Homeland Security preparedness strategy. Point number 4 is the protection, again, of critical infrastructure and key resources. You'll see how these are all really nested up underneath each other. We have good information sharing, which helps us to be able to identify threats early on. And by protecting the cyber piece, we also are protecting our critical infrastructure. But this, once again, item number 4 on our agenda with critical infrastructure and key resources helps us to identify, assess, and support and strengthen and maintain our security posture so that we can function at the highest level and have resiliency of critical infrastructure throughout the state of Illinois. The fifth area of interest that we're working is an emerging threat that we have been seeing, actually a very alarming emerging threat that we have been seeing here in the United States, and that is the prevention of domestic and foreign terrorism that's targeted violence. This strategy establishes a statewide program to identify and prevent targeted attacks of violent acts, including soft targets like some of your places, the critical infrastructure that we have, and also very large or crowded locations. These could include things like attacks on schools, workplaces, houses of worship, and public gatherings like we saw at the Las Vegas shooting. Number 6 is conduct an all hazards preparedness. We do this by maintaining and integrating and equipping our preparedness across the nation and across the state in mission areas like prevention, protection, mitigation, response, and recovery. This particular goal is very broad in nature intentionally to ensure that we can catch the all hazards approach. Number 7 is one that I think we've all really learned how important it is, and that is to maintain our statewide mutual aid. Many of you are part of that. If you're here today, you're part of IPWMAN, who has been an integral part and partner for the state of Illinois. By maintaining our mutual aid, we continue to extend that network of multi-jurisdictional mutual aid for public safety and other sectors. We hope that through this integrated training, planning, and equipping phase, that we will ensure that the state of Illinois is best prepared for any incident that we might have. Lastly, let me say this. Thank you again for the opportunity to speak to you. You are the reason that Illinois is a safer and more prepared place today. Dedicated people like yourselves that put in all this hard work and time are just invaluable to our state. And we acknowledge all of the hard work that you put into it. So on behalf of Governor Pritzker and the almost 13 million people in the state of Illinois, thank you very much for everything that you do. Have a wonderful day.